Hello my lovelies, how are you doing? This evening I am sorry I am a wee bit late, a few technical issues of various types. I've had to kind of rearrange absolutely everything and get my phone out on its tripod and my Macintosh is doing something. Hey V, how you doing? I hope you had a nice time yesterday at your party. Right, let me just see. I'm obviously on live, and I think I was getting some messages going, are you coming on live? While I was frantically trying to get the technology set up. So it would seem that what I have done is, on advice, is to shut my Mac down that's been open and in sleep mode and plugged in and charging and all of that sort of thing since I bought it. And I was told, but I know a lot of you know that I work in a Mac repair place. They went, oh, that's really not good for it. You need to shut it down because it does things when it shuts down and it does things when it powers up again. What it does when it powers up again is it forgets that you've got a Skype account and it forgets everything, wants to do lots of updates. And so I couldn't actually get into the thing that I usually broadcast on. Anyway, so that's the long, just down there would be great. Thank you, sweetheart. So I am, oh gosh, however, I've got, cross that one. Okay, hi Elena, hi Beverly, yay, hi Cindy, sweetheart, how are you doing? Hi Robin, hi Deborah. I think I've got all you that are on at the moment. So, yeah, flying solo for the vegan show. Oh, I've just kicked the tripod. I've just been to a family party actually. Thank you. Oh my goodness, Beverly sent a box. That's fantastic. Hey Bonnie, how you doing, babes? How are you doing? How's your weekend going? How's your week going? I've got all my bling on today. I've got my new jacket on. Look at it. Ooh, it looks very bleached out with the big arc lights that I've got going on here, which you can see now. Look. Ooh. Obviously I don't look down like that, and I've got some makeup on as well. Blue and green and yellow. To match everything that's blue and green and yellow. You see, I've gone into that mode now. Anyway, that's not why you're here to talk about my hair and nails, is it? But it is lovely to say hi to you. Hey Karen, sweetheart, how are you doing? Channeled mind over munch. Mind over munch. Oh, thank you, Cindy. That's so kind of you to say. So Elena is talking about some vegan recipes. I have been sent quite a lot of vegan recipes by you lovelies. And Wink, when is our fridge freezer coming? Saturday. Only a whole month and 9 days without a fridge freezer. So I am really, really excited. And just to let you know, there is not going to be the 30-second delay. Kira, sweetheart, mwah, how are you doing, sweetheart? Thanks for joining. So I've got Elena and I've got Kira, my troll destroyers, if I get any trolls on this. He didn't show, oh V. Honestly, that was just so hysterical. But yeah, no, I bet he didn't. Anyway, Bonnie is here. So Deborah's daughter is safe. I'm really pleased to hear that, sweetheart. I had missed that she wasn't, but I know everyone will be really pleased that she is. Geraldine, how you doing, sweetheart? Hello. Welcome, welcome. So, I'm looking at getting a fridge. Can you do a video showing it? Yeah, I can do a video. I can show you my new fridge freezer. Hey, Laurie, darling, how you doing, sweetheart? From Rocky View County. Have you all got a lot of snow? We've got very, 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 very slippery, compacted snow now. It's like a bobsleigh ride. That's the best way I can explain it as. So, oh, I'm going to kick this. Of course, I've set the tripod up with the leg right in the middle. I'm going to keep kicking it, and every time I cross my legs and uncross my legs, I'm going to kick the camera. So I'm really sorry. Just try and not to do that. Right. Kira's been busy cleaning her husband's new truck. How exciting. That's so kind of you. Robin's snow has melted away. 54 degrees in New York State. Hey, Debs baby, how you doing? Yee. So, I love you guys so much. You gifted me with snow tonight. Well, you wanted snow. You asked for snow. Hey, and Chris has flown to Jamaica. She's arrived there. Oh my goodness me. You want to see the view from her window. And for some unknown reason, they upgraded her to a presidential kind of, you know, dib-dib-dob-dob fabulous suite. So she's in this multi-roomed apartment with several bathrooms and bedrooms, and it looks really lovely. So she's on day one of her holiday in Jamaica, which she's been with us on this journey, and she was actually hoping that her doctor was going to give her the all clear to fly to Jamaica, and he did. So it just goes to show you what can happen when you look after yourself and you eat healthy. So that's fantastic. So hello, Jamaica. Send us some rays of sunshine, please. It is awesome, Debs, isn't it? It's sunburn. It's lovely here. Sunburn has started. Now do look after yourself now. We don't want other issues, but I know what you mean. You just have to get out in the sun. My sister's in Dallas tonight. She's on a stopover from South America on her way back to Australia. And I have to say, she looks as if she's from African descent now. She is so brown. It's just like, she's just, I can't believe, I've never seen her so brown. Yeah, she totally looks like one of the local sort of sun-drenched person. Wink's mouth is fine, thank you for asking. It's all fine, isn't it, Wink? Oh, he's in the kitchen. He shut the door. Probably because he wants to watch guitar box guitars videos. Oh, Elena, thank you so much. Yeah, Wink is all well. Oh, good. Chris is using loads of sunscreen. So what I've been looking at actually is, obviously, for those of you who saw, I got a vegan chocolate recipe book from the fabulous Chrissy. Hi, Core. How you doing, babes? Yeah, he's honestly, he's got about 10 ideas, Elena. So he's building another one in his mind at the moment. But he's like, I think I just want to play my guitars for a bit, because I'm kind of like, he's just been building solidly for 5 weeks. We showed my parents them. And they were just like completely wowed by them. Yay, Beverly, you're back. You're messaging with the DW. She and the darling daughter are doing a science fair project. Woo, woo, fantastic. So I'm going to be doing some recipes to help people transition. Also, recipes to kind of transition away from the fake vegan meat. Just something, was it you, Beverly? It could have been you, or it could have been Deborah Barlow. I'm not sure. Somebody said on Wednesday that they didn't like the fake meat, didn't like the texture or the taste of it. So you hadn't been eating that. And I think it's something that I want to get away from, because I've been eating a fair bit of that, and it's not really a whole food. And my weight's kind of plateaued, and I've kind of been where I am for a while, and I'm a bit sick of it. I want to, you know, really get into shape now and stop just sitting at the kind of just below 11 stone. I'm like, that's 140, about 150 pounds. Beverly, it was you, sweetheart. She doesn't like the vegan meat. Has anyone gone through gastric surgery? Anyone out there gone through gastric surgery? Let us know if you have. Did you get my message, Kira? I sent you a message, and then I don't know, then I got on and did something else, and then I haven't actually had a chance to look at any messages at all today, except come on with a quick, I'm coming on at 9 o'clock on the channel. Oh, good, sweetheart. I hope you do. I hope you take that in the right way, because, you know, there's a lot of people here right behind you. Robin, for those that try the fake meat replacements, there are so many types made with a variety of ingredients. Must read the labels. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Before, a lot of it's made with soy, and until I kind of learnt more about soya, I wouldn't eat it, and now I've started eating it. A lot of them are made of coconut protein, so that's really good. You were talking to the doctor for your daughter. It might Core is saying it might help to cite what foods people are missing and alternatives. That might be a good thing if you're missing a certain thing. I know a lot of you are kind of stuck on cheese. And I know that a lot of food, a lot of the Western diet has a load of cheese. Hey, Violet Babes, how you doing, sweetheart? Soy, pea proteins, ground mushroom, watch for the added eggs. Oh, right. If it's added eggs on a vegan product. Oh my goodness, that's just like lying. I have bought a couple of things, like I was buying this pesto sauce that I'd read the ingredients really quickly in the supermarket without my glasses on. And it was vegetarian. I thought, oh, fantastic, fantastic. So I've used it a few times and thought, oh yeah, that's all right. I'm being a bit lazy. I should make my own because it'd be much nicer. And it wasn't like I didn't have a giant basil plant on the windowsill all summer. But anyway, I've used that. And I like to use it for Finian because it's got less rubbish in it. Anyway, it's got Parmesan cheese in it, so it's totally animal protein in there. So my son can still eat it because it hasn't got lots of really awful stuff in it. But anyway, so yeah, I've messed up a couple of times picking up stuff that I've assumed is vegan because it's something else healthy, and it can, oh, it's gluten-free as well, oh, and it's like, oh, fantastic. And it's got mozzarella cheese on it. So I have made some of those mistakes myself, so don't worry if you have. You know, your intention is to do that. And kind of now I mean, tonight I was offered sticky toffee pudding with vanilla custard or supersonically extra vanilla ice cream. I don't really like sticky toffee pudding that much. It's not really ever been my it's too sickly unless you have a swimming pool of cream around it or ice cream to kind of drown out the sweetness. But I would so totally have had a little bit of that, and then I would have filled my bowl right up to the brim with cream, and I would have just like inhaled that in a previous life. But I don't want it in my body. So it doesn't matter if you do make some mistakes. But yeah, it would be really good to know. Hey Madge, how you doing, babes? Who have I missed? Karen, hi babes. After to talk about, I would say to ask a lot of questions and how it affects your body. Yeah, if you can avoid that, Kira, I mean, absolutely. I mean, I think Dr. Gilmore certainly talked about gastric surgery, and, you know, you can either go plant-based whole food and you can sort that issue out for yourself, or have gastric surgery. I know he's got on his little soapbox about that before, probably about 6 or 7 weeks ago, and talking about how you can take control of your own situation yourself. So I'm pretty sure Dr. Gilmore has talked about, you know, unnecessary gastric surgeries, you know, if people would just change their diet. And I know it's easier said than done. And in fact, oh, I listened to a fantastic video. I wonder if I'm not going to be able to find it. It's by an old cardiovascular surgeon who's 98 years of age. And he's interviewed on, you know, healthy living. And of course he knows Dr. Ecclestein or whatever from the hospital, the famous hospital that everyone stateside will be going, oh, can't believe you don't know it, Susan. And he was talking about the fact that, you know, you can tell people that they need to exercise, and you can tell people what they need to do, and that you can tell people they're unfit, but as soon as you start talking about what people should eat, he has found in his very, very long career, he didn't retire till he was 95, that people get very sensitive when you start telling them about what they should eat or what they could eat as an alternative. So I know it's a really tricky one, but I reckon, you know, massive surgery, cutting off your small intestines, cutting off your stomach, and it's a cutting machine that stitches it at the same time. So all the gastric juices, all of that helps to digest your food doesn't work anymore. My cousin's had a full gastric bypass. And she has got a small intestine which is about 9 inches long, and it's as thin as her finger, little finger. So she can only eat little things, and she has to chew it very thoroughly because she can't eat a lot of meat. Maybe that's a good thing, because it's very hard to digest, and she's only got that much of her small intestine. So it's harder to absorb those kind of proteins. So she has to chew everything a lot, and she has to take, well, she has got like a pharmacy's worth of pills that she has to take every day because she can't absorb the right amount of nutrients in that very, very small... Beverly, find that interview for me, babes, and put a link up. Everyone should have a read of it. It's really, really good. So she can't get enough vitamins because her small intestine is so small. Is so short that she has to add vitamins, like specific vitamins. Some of them you can't even get them in the UK, so she has to import them in from the States. It costs her an absolute fortune, and she can't go anywhere without all these. You know, she came to stay here. I was just like, she had a bag just full of bottles of vitamins she had to take. You know, and that's like forever. That's forever. And food in her stomach doesn't break down how it should do because the juices are all at the bottom of the stomach, but that's the bit they chop off and they discard, and then they take it, you know, to give you a length of small intestine, and they join it to the bottom of that. But the bit that makes all the juices is gone, you know, and it's just like, it's a massive, great big trauma to the body. And I reckon it's got to be easier to cut out dairy, meat, fish, processed sugars, rubbish food, and try eating healthily. You know, if you have a lot of weight to lose, you lose a lot in a month, you know. It's all relative. It's amazing how quickly you can drop, you know, quite a few pounds, you know, or stone, when you have a lot of weight to lose. So I know Dr. G has talked about this, and it's just like, you know, okay, people that have eating addictions and disorders, you know, like Jack, he has to fast or he overeats, and he's recognised he has a food addiction. But he's managed to change eating the wrong things for eating the right things to get control of his health. So I really would consider getting on the plant-based whole food, you know. It's not that difficult, is it, ladies? Give me some thumbs up. Who didn't find it as hard as half as hard as they imagined it would be to stop eating some things and start eating new habits, new stuff. So let me know, and I'm going to have a quick read of the comments while you're doing that. See what I've missed. You missed fasting day lives. Yeah, Beverly, I'm going to talk to Jack about maybe changing the times of one of these, because I think a lot of people cannot come on live at this time. And it makes it really, hang on, I'm going to try not to knock the camera and make you all seasick, and reach my tea, which is stuck to the coaster it's on. Whoops. Lovely. I might have had some Prosecco this evening. It doesn't have to dry your mouth, doesn't it? I hardly drink anymore. For your core is saying, may help to cite what foods people are missing and alternatives. Yeah, I've read that before. Hi, Rodino. So, watch for added eggs. Yeah, I'd got there. Right, I think I'm catching up. My cousin and good friend had a bypass surgery within the past. I've seen their journey. Okay, bye, Chris. I think you will already have gone by the time I've seen this. Okay. And you're saying hello to each other. Yeah, ask a lot of questions, Debs. That's absolutely good. Hi, Beverly. I think I've said hello to you. Sorry, I'm just very behind with this. Beverly, it's something several of my doctors are recommending. Have they ever recommending changing your diet? You know, changing what you eat. I don't know what you eat, sweetheart. But have they talked about that? And have you talked to Dr. Gilmore about it? Because you know he's going to have some great, you know, no nonsense advice for you, sweetheart. I want to make a chocolate tofu pie. That sounds really nice. I bet that's really nice. You know you can make chocolate mousse with avocados, don't you? Very nice. Chocolate tofu pie, that sounds really interesting. Because you can get a soft tofu. I bet you can whip that up together. I bet that's really, really nice. My mum, tonight, she made 8 different curries from scratch. And they were all absolutely delicious. Just like absolutely delicious. And she just Googled vegan curry recipes. And all of the ones she found were on the BBC recipe website. So, and they were very easy to make. They were absolutely delicious, honestly, just fantastic. Right. Recent example, the brand of cheese product that had Dr. Purchase for his air fryers, same brand, have different ingredients. Vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free. Yeah, they do, that's true. There are lots that are just gluten-free cheeses. And there are some that are lactose-free, not vegan, but they, I don't know, they mess around with it. I mean, just like the more they mess about with stuff, the worse it is, I think. I'm trying not to go the gastric route. People don't understand. You can still get big again if you... Oh, gosh, you can. Oh, yes. My cousin... met a lot of people who were having gastric surgery because they were all in some group, some mentoring group or whatever. And 2 of the ladies there basically just stretched their new minute stomach. Just put all their weight on again. You know, it's kind of like an axe to solve a problem that the head hasn't solved yet. And sometimes you need to have it done. And my cousin had it done because she was a diabetic and they couldn't control her insulin levels at all, and they just said, I'm really sorry, but you're going to die very shortly and there's nothing we can do about it. And she said, I can't be dying. I have a 9-year-old boy and a baby. Don't you tell me I'm going to die. There must be something you can do. And they basically bullied her. She bullied them until they came up with a, maybe if we gave you a gastric bypass, because she was like massively overweight and she was hardly eating anything. It was just like, I don't know how, I won't go into all the details, but, and the only thing that had saved her life was that she didn't have a sweet tooth. She wasn't a chocolate eater. If she'd been me, she'd have been dead long ago. They thought if we give you a really, really, really short, they worked out the length of small intestine so that she couldn't take in too much sugar. Her body just didn't have the equipment to process it into nutrition, and that's what saved her life. But I won't go into her detail because they assumed she had type 2 diabetes because they found it after she was pregnant, but actually she's had type 1 diabetes. So I don't know, I haven't spoken to her about it since, but basically 2 of the people that were on her group ate themselves morbidly obese again. It's not a kind of, oh, my hands are tied behind my back now, so I definitely can't touch the wet paint with my fingers. Okay, I'll just I won't even have to resist it now because my hands are tied behind my back. It isn't that necessarily that solution, because you can buck that solution really easily and get back where you started. A lot of people don't, but I just can't imagine anything worse than having that done. But I'm not morbidly obese. I'm not, my life isn't being threatened by something else where a doctor would say gastric bypass, and I know that's what Dr. Patel specialises in, those kinds of surgeries. But I just think, if it's like, if you don't get this done, your life's going to be shorter, then, you do anything. If chopping your left arm off would make you live forever, you just go, chop it off now, just take it, So those are different circumstances, but I can't think of anything worse than somebody opening my body up and chopping half my stomach up and stapling it up and taking bits of my intestines out and putting me back together in a different way, if I could attack that by eating different foods. I don't know, that's how I'm thinking. And I just think, having that surgery and dealing with the aftermath of that for the rest of your life has got to be more difficult than not putting meat in your mouth and not putting processed sugars and empty calories in your mouth and not putting dairy in your mouth, you know, not putting fizzy Coke and pop, or, you know, that's got to be easier than living with the aftermath of that and all the medications and all the extra pills you've got to buy and the cost of it as well. You know, if you're stateside, it costs a fortune. Right, okay, Kira. You know I'm not a doctor, guys. I'm just saying, I'm just speaking from the heart here, babes. Just speaking from the heart. But, you know, have you tried the plant-based whole food, you know, eating? Because, you know, loads of people have had some benefits. People start sticking up how many pounds in weight you've lost, guys. I know some of you have lost loads of weight, and some of you are kind of almost fully on, some of you are fully on. You know, there's loads of stories. Just stick the number of pounds you've lost, you know, in the time. It'll be interesting for people to see. Recently, dog purchase air fryer. Okay. Darling, Kira, I'm sure you're not taking the decision lightly, and you need to follow, you know, your doctor's advice, but definitely get a second opinion, because look what happened when I followed my doctor's advice. Not saying anything bad about your doctor, but do get different opinions, sweetheart. And I would ask Dr. Gilmore. You know, he'll tell you straight. All our hospitals have support groups run by knowledgeable social worker before and after gastric bypass. I think this must be where my cousin got hold of all of this. Really helps people decide whether or not to go that route. That's a really good idea. You could pop down and see that. But I just think, you know, even if that's the route you go down, get on a plant-based whole food diet right now. Fourth doctor who's recommended it. What diet are you on, Kira, sweetheart? Have you joined us vegan plant-based? Vegan plant-based, kind of same thing, isn't it? Whole food plant-based. Hey, Sika, how you doing, babes? Beverly is going to put the link of that up there. Elena, that's sad. Oh, hang on, what's Elena said? I have two cousins that did, they almost gained their weight back. See? You've got to change your habits. Got to change your habits. Unless, you know, as I said, you know, 4 doctors have said you've got to have that. You know, and I know that there are some surgeries, you know, that that you wanted that they won't do because they needed to lose some weight first. I don't know what the reason is that for, you know, like we'll have a gastric surgery to lose the weight and then have this surgery. It kind of seems like, well, if the gastric surgery is not risky, why isn't the other surgery risky? I don't get it, but I'm not a doctor. I would just, you know, think very carefully about it and, you know, try doing what we're doing, you know. That's sad. Like I said, it's not something, yeah, absolutely. I know, Kira, you are a very bright bunny. I know that you would do all the right research, but I would hate to think that you're going around with, that you would have to go through that, baby. Yeah, Subway has a vegetable burger now with egg whites in it. That's absolutely true, but they are trying. But it's a vegetarian sandwich, and that is vegetarian. Oh! Egg. Oh, no. Because that's strictly... unless that... Yes. Okay. Can't. Google and watch my 600-pound life. Hour-long stories and free. Yeah, I've seen some of that, and I even saw. So I don't know why it popped up on my feed, but I saw that last night. The workout for morbidly obese people, and there was a morbidly obese person doing some workout, and I just thought, good for her. A&W's burger and lettuce wrap that is a meatless burger in Canada. Oh, that sounds gorgeous. That sounds lovely. It isn't that difficult. So Bonnie doesn't think it's that difficult to go plant-based whole food. Beverly, I had such a lazy cook. It's not a problem to change. You're a lazy cook, so it's not a problem to change, is it? Yeah, you have to stop being a cook and get good with a knife. Chop, 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 and eat, 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 eat. You know, it couldn't be any easier. But, you know, we do want things that aren't just chopped up raw vegetables. I do know that. And although lots of people are heading that way, and in the summer, we're going to be just enjoying our beautiful rainbow salad so much. I'm going to do some recipes for some oilless salad dressings. I've got some recipes I want to do. And some vegan salad dressings as well that just pump it up and make it really good. Free is good. I can't find my thumbs up. What's a curry? Indian food. A curry is Indian food. It's spicy food, although this wasn't particularly spicy. So yeah, so it's where like taka dal comes from, pilau rice. We had a chickpea curry, we had a butternut squash, and curries. That's Indian Indian food. So highly flavoured with lots of spices in it. Not necessarily chili, but spices like turmeric, or turmeric as you call it. I've gone blank now. Coriander, onion seeds, you know, all that garam masala, all that kind of stuff in it. It's really, really, really tasty. Yeah, Thai green curry. It's a kind of, it's like a stew that's hot, really. I think that's what the word curry means, but we kind of, you know, use it as a kind of a generic form of going out for an Indian meal or having an Indian meal. Yeah, Dr. G doesn't like the vegan cheeses. Although I think the DW might have been trying to make one. I think we were talking about that. Beverly, I've completely changed my life. I've lost over 50 pounds in 3 months. Kira, 50 pounds in 3 months. That's like massive amount of weight to lose. She's now not a diabetic anymore. I don't know if that's your issue, sweetheart. And she looks forward to fasting. I'm going to start doing some fasting. Wink and I are going to have a fit February because Wink has, we haven't put this video up yet actually, we went out driving today and we did a video of all the beautiful country lanes and the stunning houses around where we live, and we even took you on a little drive past Ozzy Osbourne's house too. But in that video, Wink, I mean, we're both just putting on weight because we're just chawing our way through lots of goodies that you have been so lovely to send us in the post. So we've decided we have to do some action, and we're going to do some fitness. I've never heard Wink mention fitness before, but he's actually has said, let's go cycling. And I was going, you need to do the plank again for your back and press up. So we're going to kind of do it together, which will be a new thing and quite fun. Because I'm fed up of being where I am now, and it's my fault because I haven't got my back into it enough. My head's been all over the place. So yeah, you do have a great support group here. Curry is delicious. Thank you for behaviour modification. Yeah, changing behaviour. Well, everything else I'm expecting, I think it's going to work. You still have some cravings. They don't go away, and that's why most fail. And that's why behaviour has to be changed. Yeah, you're totally right, Debs. If, you know, that's why diets don't work. Because in your head, you've already decided you're doing it until you get to your goal, and then you're just going to do exactly what got you into a terrible shape in the first place. Again, you go back to your old habits. This is changing people's habits for good. And I think it was Beverly. Was it you, Beverly? It was you, Bev, I think, who after 3 weeks decided, I'll have a little chicken sandwich, just fancy that, because you'd remembered how delicious it was. But actually, that came straight back up again. She threw that, vomited that up, and funnily enough, hasn't done it again, because her body didn't want it after it got the good stuff. So it does take some of the willpower away, for sure. Debs has lost 5 pounds and 10 for Lee. Wow. Deborah Barlow has lost 15 pounds. Oh, my goodness me. Karen has lost 80 pounds. Hang on. Sorry, I just passed out there. That was, I was just blown away by that. That's incredible. High five to all of you guys. Sandy has just joined and she has, hi Sandy, she's lost 10 pounds. Okay, and this will be relative to what people have to lose as well. That's, you know, it's amazing. It's taken a year to lose that 80 pounds. Which, yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Beverly's lost 54 pounds. And this isn't about losing weight. The reason everybody has lost weight is because they have become more healthy from eating. If it was a class, you'd all be shouting out, plant-based whole foods. They've got more healthy. And so their body has got rid of the weight they don't need. The body's like, oh, I don't need that. Let's get rid of that. You know, when you get more healthy, when you eat the right foods, your body gets rid of your excess weight. But whilst you'll keep eating pies and pastry and sodas and all these meat products and processed products, etc., your body's not going to fix you. It's fighting with your blood pH to keep you alive whilst you've eaten that fast food meal and trolleyed down that ice cream and whipped down some alcohol or some soda pop or whatever. You know, it's it's like on super alert. It's like, oh my goodness me, quick. Because if your blood pH moves up 2 points in either direction, that's you checked out of life, that you're gone. So you have to do all this work just to maintain. It doesn't care about the nutrition. It doesn't care whether it shoves it all on your hips for later. It's just going, let's just keep her alive right now. She's given us this awful amount of mixture of stuff. All the digestive juices can't handle it. You know, like a Thanksgiving dinner. Actually, I don't know if there are any specific special things in a Thanksgiving dinner, but like a traditional roast dinner, you know, you'll have your roasted meat. You'll have your gravy, which is made with, you know, it's got gluten in it, okay, and maybe some alcohol in it. You've got vegetables done in all sorts of different ways. Then you've got potatoes done in all sorts of ways, you know. So you've got all of those food groups going on. You might have pastry, you might have bread pudding. You know, you might have like a pie, so you might have pastry, so more gluten. So you've got all that food trying to be digested, and as we've learnt before, there are different digestive juices that digest vegetables and fruits and different digestive enzymes that digest meat. So when you stop eating meat, your body doesn't need those enzymes anymore and it kind of gets rid of them, which is why when you eat meat after a very long time, you become, it's like you could imagine you would feel if you drank 15 bottles of tequila. You would just go, never having tequila again, ever. You couldn't pay me to drink that. And that's what it's like. I've talked to my fruit. I couldn't quite grasp it this year, but when I was at the fruit festival, just before my little cyst reared its little head, I was talking to this ultra marathon runner, and in fact it isn't the girl that I've mentioned before, who is Denmark's top female ultra marathon runner. Now this chick, she can run 5 marathons back to back, but I got a phone call. All she eats is raw fruit. She's a fruitarian. So, but it isn't her. I was talking to somebody else who is also an ultra marathon runner, and he is also a fruitarian, has been for 14 years. That's all he's eaten is, you know, just fruit and a few green leaves and stuff. And I said, but if I was a fruitarian, I'd really miss curries, Indian food. Because I just, you know, I love things with chili in it. I just love chili. And chili isn't one of the things they eat. They don't eat chili because, you know, for loads of reasons. And I was just like, you know, wouldn't, you know, somebody, and he's like, no, he said, if I had an Indian meal, he said, I'd probably be ill for 2 weeks. It would literally... it would just be, you know, just like, I don't know, giving dog food to a horse, you know, they would just like, their gut can't handle it. They would be incredibly ill. So, you know, nature helps you basically. Nature helps you. right now, hypothyroidism, T2D, and so many other things. Sweetheart, you know, I can't even read these words, so I cannot help you with these because I'm not, you know, all I can say is that, can you not hit it head on by, I don't know, you might even be plant-based, but I got the impression that you weren't, but I may be wrong. I might have just completely got that wrong. So if it is, give me a slap. Give me a slap. Okay. Hey, Chrissy babes, how you doing? Robin saying, at times health issues that are so massive, perhaps damage and life-threatening surgery might be the last choice. However, with a team before, during and after, along with counselling and support. Yeah, absolutely, Robin. Kira knows we're all behind her. Excellent. Deb Barlow, congratulations. Deb Barlow. Oh, yes, you're congratulating your things. Might be artificial egg. Ooh, artificial egg. Oh, yes, flaxseed. Sorry, I've got a banner that's distracting me. I just want to get it off my phone from my friend that called. Yeah, I don't think, I think the thyroid is something that can't be cured by plant-based whole food eating, but symptoms of it, I'm sure, could be better. But being, you know, them not doing surgery that you need because they're saying you need to lose some weight, certainly plant-based whole food eating would definitely help there. I mean, like, definitely help there. Deborah is, can't wait to shop this week. I have extra money for my vegan choices. Woo woo! For some food is a true addiction, provides comfort. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yep, absolutely. So basically, you need to find a new normal, and this is what, when you join a group and you agree to do something for a certain amount of time, it gives you enough time so that some of your bad habits don't actually trickle back in, you know, and every time you go, right, I'm doing a detox again now, and you keep doing these things, you know, different things like, do you know what, I don't want potatoes, I'm going to have a sweet potato instead, or I think I'll have rice, or actually I'm just going to have a green salad because I just want the vegetables or whatever. We made vegan chili in the something pot, and it was delicious, fantastic. Oh yes, you've got a crock pot thing, haven't you? That would be good. Do you know, the vegan chilies are brilliant. Chop up peppers, chop up onions, stick in as many different varieties of legumes, we call them pulses here, like red kidney beans, pinto beans, black-eyed beans, and all sorts of stuff like that, and just let it cook with all, just put the herbs and the spice in. It's absolutely delicious. It's just like, it's so delicious. You don't go, it'd be a lot nicer if there was some beef in it. Honestly, I did a murder mystery dinner party about 10 or 12 years ago, and it was set in the 60s, and chili con carne was like the new a la mode dish in the UK at that time. But I had a vegetarian coming, one of those weirdos, you know, I didn't really say that out loud, but I was just like, what am I going to cook for you? You know, I really found it like difficult to get my head around what to cook. So I looked up, I just thought, well, I'm doing chili con carne. She can't have, like, you know, a salad, because it's a whole themed party, you know, and the food of the time and everything. And I made this chili. I liked it better than the meat one. And I was 10 years ago, wouldn't have even entered my head to even be a vegetarian, let alone a vegan, you know. And everybody went, oh, this is really nice. And loads more of that went than one. Luckily, I cooked a big pot of both. But it's really, really good. Deb, so congratulations to you. Right, you're all chatting. So I don't know who's congratulating who. So if you've got any questions for me, please, pretty please, could you put them in capitals so I can find them? Because there's no point me reading out all your chat with each other, because you've already read it because you're having a conversation. So it'd be a bit boring me saying that. So, Deborah, my doctor has said I'm not fat enough to have a bypass, but I have extra skin. Everything is going south. Oh, bless you, darling. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Dr. D, yeah, extra skin can definitely be removed. There's some girl, actually. Oh, gosh. She's got millions of subscribers on YouTube, and she talks about her loose skin. And she just jumps about flapping her loose skin everywhere. It's, you know, and like without any shame. And I think she's been an inspiration to lots of people who've been like obese or morbidly obese for a long time and then lost all that weight. She's just like fighting weight. Only she's got like 500 kilos of skin. But I think she's had the surgery on. I was just looking at it because I thought what an inspiring woman she was. She had a lot of really good things to say. Congratulations. Hey! Wink's talking. Wink! Darling Wink, are you in your shed listening? Darling, I didn't know you were listening to me. Darling, we're having fit February, aren't we? Lol, Stephanie thinks cool. Oh, I'm way, but Instapot recipe for chili. That would be good. I'll do a chili for you guys as well, because I want to make something that Finian will eat and freeze it when we get our new freezer on Saturday, the 9th of February, when I will just be ecstatic. Super Bowl stuff. My cousin and I went to a nice family and broiled haddock with coleslaw pilaf. The rice pilaf was enough for 4 people, so sizes are a problem as well. Yeah, sizes are a problem, but do you know what? We're all grown-ups. We can stop putting 4 people's worth of rice on our plate. You know, a lot of... I remember one diet I heard about was like, see, everything you normally eat, just cut it in half. Just eat everything that you normally eat. Just eat half of it. And that, you know, just put less of that on your plate. You know, just put less of that. But I agree, if you eat out a lot, and I know the portion sizes are massive in America, just like, you know, we could just get a starter and that would still be too much between 2 people. It's like loads more on the plate than we're used to. But, you know, by the time you've been in the States for a while, because you paid for it and it's all delicious, you're jolly well not going to leave any on the plate. I've been brought up, you know, by war children, you know, that narrowly missed being evacuated to the country during the Second World War, my parents. And they're waste not, want nots. You don't waste anything because, you know, things were rationed and they've grown up that way. And if it's on my plate, even if I'm literally... like I'm just so full, I will kind of like, right, come on, and I will just stuff the last bit in because it's on my plate. So you know, by the time I've been in America for a while, my stomach stretches and then I have bigger portions and then I eat more and then, you know, I start putting on weight again. Deborah's never eating red meat again. Good girl. Me neither. Fabulous. Beverly and Deborah, absolutely. I love black eye. I like black eye, but do you know I like any of those legumes, any of those pulses? They're all delicious. Debs doesn't miss the... Darling and everything, you're in the room there. Darling, you're all watching. Darling, I didn't know you were watching. It's lucky I wasn't talking about you then, wasn't it? Yes. Darling's very lucky. Debs doesn't miss meat anymore. I don't miss meat anymore. You know, I really don't. Yes! Robin, you superstar. Slam dunk, babes. Your chili, which was a vegan chili, you entered a chili making competition and it won because it was the most meaty. Did you hear that, Wink? Mm-hmm. Did you hear that? Yeah. He did hear that. Every little helps, Robin. Every little helps. Right, Chrissy's saying, my husband wanted me to get into better health and now he has been giving me trouble about the increased expense of the groceries now that I'm a vegan. I used to shop 1 time a month, now every 4 to 7 days. Yeah, because we're eating fresh stuff, aren't we? We're eating fresh stuff. Well, do you know what? Your health is worth, you know, that's the thing, you're worth the health. We'll buy a new pair of shoes, but we won't spend an extra 50p on a different variety of an ingredient or an extra, you know, bit of money. We'll see the value in getting our nails done, but we won't see the value in spending a bit more on our groceries so that we can have something that's healthier and better quality. But you know, fruits and veg, fruit can be expensive. I tried the whole fruitarian raw food thing when I got back, you know, when my whole cyst was going on, before it all just went massive. And I was just like, I don't think I can actually afford to eat this much fruit, because it was, you eat so much that you just, it was very expensive. So I get you on that one. But I think, you know, the best thing in life you can give yourself is, you know, a healthy amount of energy in your body so that you can, you know, you can live your best life. That's what this is about, living your best life. And if you're really, really healthy, that just happens. Your best life just happens. You can just cope with everything in life a lot better. Too funny about your chili koi, that was. Robin Heads are awesome. Groceries are definitely more expensive, but worth it for the health benefit. Yeah, I didn't even read that comment until just now. Yeah, totally agree with you, babes. Oh, Mary Beth, hi sweetheart, and hi Patsy. Some hospitals will remove your skin for you if you will donate the skin to the burns unit. Isn't that a brilliant idea? I'm coming over there with my extra roll of fat here. No, I mustn't make light of it. But that's brilliant, isn't it? Who wouldn't donate their excess skin after losing weight to a burns unit? That's amazing. People give kidneys away to strangers, don't they? Why wouldn't you do that? That's excellent. So then you can work out your free, you know, excess skin removal surgery by who you're going to donate it to, and in the meantime, eat some fruits and vegetables and pulses and stuff like that. Legumes, sorry. Yes, she was at the doctor's and got skin removed. I know, isn't it amazing, Beverly? Everybody's lost so much. Who haven't I said hello to? I'd do that in a heartbeat. Yeah, I would as well. I know absolutely everyone in this group would do that, because we're all here for each other. It's really nice. Moment on the lips, lifetime on the hips. Yeah, absolutely. Hi Wink. Wasn't that coloured pencil guitar awesome? Yeah, it was awesome, that was. He's got so many ideas in his head. I think he's having some kind of, you know, mental exhaustion experience. Hey Jill, how you doing, sweetheart? Or little pickers wear big knickers. I don't know what that is, Carol, but hi, sweetheart. Make a grocery list. Yeah. Eggs are not considered meat. It's not a muscle. Yeah, but it's still animal protein. If you're going to eat eggs, you may as well just eat all the meat. And that is me quoting Dr. Gilmore there. Only he said it with a lot more being on his soapbox. Oh, well, you know, I just may as well eat flesh, and it's the same proteins, animal protein. I can't eat eggs at all. I cannot eat eggs anymore. And we were sent some pancake mix from the wonderful Elena. And I didn't want to have them because I knew it had eggs in it and buttermilk in it. But I smelt them, and to me, I've got a really acute sense of smell, I think. Wink can't smell anything, hardly. You know, the house would have to be on fire before he could smell smoke. And they smelt like scrambled eggs to me. It smelt like an omelette, like if you were to smell the surface of a fried omelette. And of course, there's not that much egg in it. It's mostly, you know, flour and sugar and all bits and bobs in there. But to me, it smelt really of eggs, and wild horses wouldn't drag me to eat them, because I've just got something about eggs. Since I went vegan and I watched about an egg farm, a brand that I had thought were free range, and I imagined them clucking about in a field, And when I saw where they were really kept, I was just absolutely heartbroken and bereft, and literally can't eat another egg. That's it. Gone are the eggs from my life forever. I think I'm more a fruitarian than a vegan. A large part of my diet is fruit. My daughter has joined in and is about 70%. Chrissy, that's fantastic. Do you know what? When you're coming to the UK, aren't you, sweetheart? Definitely plan it around when the fruit festival is, and you can have a chat with a load of amazing people. There's a guy called Doug Graham who wrote the book 80-10-10, sorry. And I don't know if that where Jack's got the 80-10-10 from, and I think Jack's just done his research. But he wrote this book about 20 years ago, and he has been a fruitarian for 23 years. He's over 70, looks as fit as a butcher's dog, just in amazing shape. And I think, there's just so much you can hear about fruitarianism, and you know, they reckon we're frugivores. But anyway, it's all about plant-based whole food eating. But I think that's amazing if you can stick to that. And if you are mainly mainly are eating fruit, Chrissy, yes, that will be costing quite a bit depending on what fruit you are. Because of course, when the figs come into season, they cost a fortune, you know. 1MD, order online. Lovely, Chrissy. Thank you for that. Debs, it was a long ramble about my bypass and not really important. Okay. Hey, Sherry. How you doing, babes? Sandy. So do you know what are the best anti-inflammatory foods? Plant-based whole foods. Best for inflammation. I would have to actually look up what foods were anti-inflammatory. Who can Google that for me? Who's there that can? Debs! Excellent. Google the most anti-inflammatory vegetables. Plant-based vegetables. What am I talking about? Plant-based vegetables. Has anyone eaten any plant-based vegetables this week? Honestly, what am I like? But the absolute best, Sandy, the very, very best anti-inflammatory way of eating is vegan, whole food. So don't be eating junk vegan food. There's a lot of junk out there for vegans. You know, so that absolutely. But I think Debs is going to put something in capitals. She's going to do a little Googling for me. Because I might have Googled it while Jack was talking, but I can't really do that. You don't want to watch me Google something, and I'm not filming from my laptop because we had that whole technical issue at the beginning, where I'm going to shout at my computer later and ask it why on earth it doesn't know all the passwords off by heart that have been on my computer since I bought it. But it doesn't. Yeah, he was cute the other day. Jagger's very cute. I agree, Jill, but others don't. Jill, hi, Jill. Eggs are still an animal product if you're doing whole food, plant-based, Debs. Yeah, absolutely, Jill, with you on there. Jack don't eat eggs. I don't eat eggs. It's just, you know, if you go at it from the whole caring about, and forget about your own health for a minute, and if you think about the way we keep animals, what we do to chickens is just barbaric and so cruel. Ugh. Yeah. Just like, you know, that I can't eat them because of that. But don't do me any good anyway. They're protein, you know. They're another animal's menstrual cycle, for goodness sake. You know, like milk is the breast milk of another species. Dairy milk, you know, cow's milk, goat's milk, sheep's milk. You know, it's just like, you know, and it's supposed to be for their babies. You know, their species. So that's why I can't do eggs. But I came at being a vegan for health reasons. What's in it for me reasons. And FOMO queen reasons as well. Fear of missing out, because other people were trying it and I wanted to know if all this baloney about them having a load more energy was actually true. And I think some of you will have heard me say that before. And it was true. But I got in it for the what's in it for me. Is this my fast track cheating to looking healthier and getting my yoga body? Is that what being a vegan, if I just don't eat that meat and all that rubbish, I'll just be healthy really quickly? It almost feels like cheating. It does actually almost feel like cheating. And I kind of a little bit approached it like that because I wanted, you know, we all want a button to press and now I'm 140 pounds. Great. Fabulous. Fabulous. Oh, no, 140, that's probably too much, isn't it? 130, 128 pounds. I don't know. I don't know. 9.5 stone, please. I'll have one of those. Oh, eat those fruits and veg and I'll get there really quick. We're like, excellent, let me do that then. Really, we'd like a button. And that's kind of why I approached being a vegan. But I did happen to join the Veganery website, and on the 2nd of January, I thought, oh, vegan, let's see, click on it. It's like, oh, yeah, egg farm. Oh, my goodness me. And that's, eggs are over for me. So it isn't for the animals. It is also for the animals, but I'm not coming on here to talking about, you know, oh, the poor little pigs. You know, we've got pigs in our back garden. We went to a garden centre today. They have a pet area, put it that way. I haven't seen just like so many pigs' ears. It was like, and we just go, that's just like little Jagger's ears, you know. It's just like pigs are, Winks still eats pork though. I don't know how he can, but you know, that's okay. That's him. I'd rather he didn't, because I want him to live longer. Are you listening, Wink? You know, I want him to be healthier. I want him to be fitter. I want him to have more energy. I want him to feel good. And I want him to be alive for longer, you know. So, you know, that's why but, you know, slowly catch a monkey. And he said he is never, ever going to be a vegan. But he's not eating the leading brand Sunpat peanut butter full of rubbish. He's eating Pip and Nut peanut butter now that has one ingredient. Guess what it is, ladies? Peanuts. It's got a smidge of salt in it, actually. Maybe that was a fib. But, you know, and he went, this is really nice. It's, yeah, it's just as good as the other one. It's like, hallelujah. You know, it's just like amazing. So, getting there. Right, okay. Who have I missed? I think now that I've acquired all the spices, which are so many in vegan life, I think my bill will... Yep, it will, Chrissy. It will go. Your bill will go down. It's just the thing is, you know, it's about self-worth. And I think, you know, dieting, you know, changing your diet, not going on a diet, but changing your diet, aiming, you know, setting goals of losing weight, fitting into certain genes, or getting more healthy, or being more fit, or anything to do with your health and well-being. You've got to really want it. And you've got to want it when somebody's waving a cream cake under your nose and they're your favourites. You know, you've got to want it then. This is 80% mindset, what you're doing. 80% mindset. So you have to really want the goal that you're going for, and you have to keep it right there. Right there. You know, like when you're a kid and you want a new bike for Christmas. What on earth is coming out of your mouth every 30 seconds? Please can I have a bike? 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 Definitely want, just to remind you, Mum, I did really want a bike. Mum and Dad want a bike for Christmas. You know, look at that. You'll be looking at pictures of bikes. You'll have a picture of the bike up on the fridge. Bikes. You'll think about bikes. You'll dream about bikes. You'll talk about your friend's bike. You'll talk about the bike that... you drive your parents mad about bikes, and you won't stop until you have one. That is what you need about your own health. And I think, you know, our own sense of self-worth, you know, we all know if you're going to slam down some McDonald's and a giant quartz bucket, supersize me, you know, fizzy drink, and you're going to eat sweets and cakes, and you're going to eat rubbish and processed food, and you're going to eat way too, like load your plate up like that, and you're going to eat in between meals, and you're going to eat, you know, after eating and before eating and during, you know, if you're going to do that and you're going to eat all the wrong foods, you know it's not good for you. And although you don't get unhealthy the moment you put it in your mouth, you know, continual habit of doing that will get you where you don't want to be, but it's so gradual. And then you kind of, you buy all those clothes that are too big, that are comfortable, and you're like, oh, and then you can eat some more until you can't fit into those. I've done all of this myself. I have a whole range of clothes of different sizes, you know, and I have a whole wardrobe I can't fit into at the moment because I put on weight, and I haven't really lost all that weight that I put on over the summer, you know. And it's when it's too expensive. Okay, I don't want to offend, because yeah, sometimes, you know, sometimes you don't have a lot of money and you can't be going out buying mangoes because they're expensive, and you can't be going out buying fresh this and fresh that. But, you know, you can eat cabbage and lettuce and tomato, you know, they're not expensive, you know, and rice isn't expensive, and, you know, there's lots of vegan staples that aren't expensive. There's also a lot of stuff that is. So if you want to make, you know, I don't know, vegan cheese, that is expensive, okay? That is expensive. You know, if you're going to be using some of the ingredients that Chrissy's obviously got a lot of these ingredients now, they are expensive. But you have to say, are you worth it? Are you worth it? Are your kids, are you worth it enough for your kids, for your families, for your spouse, for yourself? You see, you can't even do it. You know, there are people that smoke and they can't give up for their kids. You know, they know it might kill them and they might leave their kids orphan, but they can't not smoke. They can't do it for their kids. You have to do it for yourself. But you're worth it. Just don't buy a couple of Starbucks coffees and, you know, paninis or whatever, and instead get a new vegan ingredient every week. Or just buy more fruits and vegetables, you know, because you need to eat more of those. You still need to eat the same amount of calories, a healthy amount of calories. And there aren't as many calories, you know, in a floret of broccoli or, you know, cauliflower as there is in a donut. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Yeah, Carol, that's excellent. I know you Go when the market is closing. They don't want to pack that stuff up. They don't want a quarter of a box of mushrooms. They don't. They don't. They want to get rid of it because they're going to the market at, you know, well, in our country they get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and they go to the market at 4 and they go and buy all the ingredients from the wholesalers in London, and then they drive off with their van full of goodies that they hope to sell on the market stall that day, you know, and they're going to pick some more fresh. They can't, what are they going to do with the whole, they do, you know, they throw so much of it away, because a load of it away. I got boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of it from one market stall holder, from one market he'd been to. He said, my house was on his way back, so I bought a load of stuff from him. In fact, I got the, oh, do you want 27 bananas for the price of 4? And I'm like, well, not really. So, well, you know, they're going, you know, you may as well have them. You can always throw them away if you don't eat them. But, you know, there's, you know, have these 10 bags of cherries. And I was just like, God, it's so cheap. You know, it would probably have cooked in the car. We were having like, you know, an Indian summer this year. So, yeah, we might not have got it home, the soft fruits home in time before they'd gone to mush in the sun, but I took it, and that guy, I can't tell you how many boxes of fruits and vegetables he bought me for my pigs. It's just, it kept them going for days and days and days, and pigs eat a lot compared to us, and it's that just gets thrown away. So go at the end of the day and do some deals, you know. I eat some of the things I get given for the pigs because it's like, it's not good enough to, you know, put in the shop window because it's got a ding out of it or it's a little bit funny. And sometimes I go like, I haven't got any carrots. Oh, have the pigs got carrots? I just go and get some of the not for human consumption carrots, and they're carrots. I just eat them, you know. Right, Chrissy, who do you call to cut my extra poundage off? If I could help an entire burn unit, seriously, who does that? Never heard of it. Right, let Chrissy know about that. I think that's amazing. I think, was that Beverly who mentioned that? Anything with a face, an egg will be a chick within 21 days of incubation. Anything with a face, that's a good thing. It's just, you got to think what the mother's been through. Embryo product, Jill. It means if you keep picking at bits of naughty food, you will have to wear a bigger knickers. Oh right, I see, Carol. Gotcha. What is better, canned or dry beans? Dried, I would imagine, because canned beans are in salt water or brine or something. I'm not a giant fan of canned things. I don't think they have the right flavour. Like, you can get canned haricot verts, which are long green beans. I don't know if they call them that there. And they're good for salads and stuff. And they don't taste anything like the fresh thing, anything like the fresh thing cooked, anything like anything. I love the taste of them, but they don't taste like what they actually are. So I think they have a different taste. I would say dried. However, if it's dried legumes, like, you know, chickpeas, I had a right old ding-dong with those at Christmas. I soaked them and soaked them and soaked them, and then I boiled them. I boiled them for 3.5 hours. I kept trying them, you know, like every half an hour, and they were like bullets after all this prep. Goodness knows how many, you know, rainforests were cut down to provide the gas. Actually, the gas comes out of the ground, so that doesn't even. But, you know, how much power did I use boiling and boiling and boiling and boiling and boiling and boiling and boiling these chickpeas? And also, it made me sick. I didn't realise that uncooked chickpeas, like, can make you really ill. And I kind of felt a bit sicky and a bit this and a bit that, and I a bit of an upset stomach. And I only had about 4 of them, just trying them to see if they were cooked. Trying to persuade myself they were cooked enough. Thank goodness I didn't make anything with them. So if you're using dried beans, be very careful that they're cooked thoroughly, because they are absolutely make you very ill if they're not cooked right. And definitely, I know Jack's talked about that. Sherry, I use the Arbonne Digestion Plus, and I will stick a link to it in the video. I know about 5 of my lovelies have tried the probiotic, and I know Chrissy, you've tried it and you thought it was really good, didn't you? Is that the one you sent me a picture of, the 1MD, Chrissy? So is that the one you sent the picture of? So yeah, my one works all the way through the gut, clinically tested, patent pending. It's a prebiotic, a probiotic, and it has 14 digestive enzymes in it. It's absolutely amazing, hands down amazing. But I will put a link in this video afterwards. I loved having yard chickens, my beautiful rooster Brutus, to protect the girls. My neighbour hasn't my girls, but died a noble death protecting his girls. My dog. Oh, yes, I think we bring back the chickens. In fact, one of my friends, I've met him, I haven't actually met him in person, but he is a fellow customer of Cute Little Pigs, the UK's top breeding of mini pigs, which is where I got my 3 little pigs from. And he has another one of her pigs called Gracie. Oh, she's absolutely gorgeous. And he rescues chickens. And he put I would have shared it if I could, but he 128, what does he call them? He doesn't call them chickens, he calls them something else. Oh, I can't remember what he calls them now, but he's got a cute little kind of like nickname for them. But he found 128 lucky chickens, like, you know, a home for life, and he has chickens clucking about. But Gracie lives in the house. She can go in the garden, but she prefers to loll around the house. But yeah, so he saves chickens. And it's really nice sometimes when he does a post to see the chickens, because chickens are really clever and they're also very affectionate. They're not really stupid. Deb's to the rescue. Comment re-lost to Jill. What am I Googling? Oh gosh, do you know, I can't remember what you're Googling now. Oh, what was... That was a funny noise behind me. Let me jump. I'm pretty sure Wink's upstairs. What were the most anti-inflammatory fruits and vegetables? That's what the Googling was. Jack used to eat 3 eggs every morning and the dog ate 2, but they were my chickens who ate organic and roamed the yard. Happy pet chickens, but coops rot here in the humidity. Oh, right, yeah. You see, I still wouldn't eat an egg because I don't eat animal products anymore. But I could I used to eat the eggs up at the farm because where the pigs are, she rescued some you know, battery farm chickens as well, and the eggs were really delicious. But it's really funny. She loved eggs, but she couldn't bring herself to eat them. She was like, I don't know, I just can't eat them. So it's like, you got these chickens for the eggs for you and your daughter, and you can't bring yourself to eat them because she knows the chickens. That was really weird. I'm developing my dad. Eggs, you don't need them, Sherry babes. Get some tomatoes out, eat some mushrooms, have some lovely green vegetables and some lovely fruit. Almonds, avocados, broccoli, blueberries. There you go. Anti-inflammatory. Almonds, blueberries, broccoli, avocado. So almonds, almond milk, there you go. Make that your nut milk if you need some more anti-inflammatory. Dry beans and kale, yeah. Olive oil, oranges, spinach, strawberries. With only peanuts as ingredient. I prefer my food to be true to itself, meaning not so many fillers. Absolutely, you're getting what you're paying for then. You're getting peanuts. A butter made out of peanuts, which guess what, is smashing the peanuts up, because guess what, they've got their own oil. You don't need to add oil, you don't need to add monosodium, this, that and the other, and this anti-caking agent and this binding thing and this gum and this unpronounceable flavourings, enhancers, sugar. Wink loves sugar, but his previous brand that he has eaten for like 45, well, all his life, but as an adult for probably about 45 years, 40 years, is Sunpat. It's loaded with sugar. No wonder he's got such a sweet tooth. Sweet potatoes, Swiss chard and walnuts. There you go, excellent. I haven't seen walnut milk actually. I bet that's probably quite strong in flavour. Food, about probiotics, good. Right, I'm way behind here. Everyone's... Can snacking on fruit all day make your sugars too high? I don't think so. They're natural sugars that your body knows how to deal with. What your body can't deal with is processed sugars, corn syrup, you know, palm sugar, you know, stuff like that. But raw sugar cane, it's a natural product, occurs in nature. It's a plant. Have you seen it? It looks like bamboo. And you cut it open with a machete and you strip off the outer kind of barky bamboo and you just eat this fibrous thing. Put it in your mouth and you chew it and then you spit out the fibre. You can't digest that. You bite into it and it's just like squeezing liquid sugar into your mouth. Absolutely gorgeous. You cannot believe this bit of bamboo is like sugar. It's amazing. So I think if you're using juices, if you're juicing all your fruit, then you're having like 4 apples and, you know, you're having, you know, half a pineapple and that's just one drink. Then you're having way too much fructose in a one-er. But it shouldn't really spike your sugar levels. But as you know, I'm not the doctor. But, well, all the fruitarians would just be in a hell of a state then, wouldn't they? And that's all they eat. I mean, I've literally sat down and eaten like 15, 20 nectarines. Just one after the other, because they do this mono food eating as well, where they go, right, today all I'm going to eat is bananas, and that's all they'll eat. But they'll have about 30 bananas. You know, bananas have loads of sugar in them, but it's natural sugar. So no, I don't, if from a diabetic's point of view, I don't know, because I'm really not the doctor, but definitely, you know, I don't think so. I don't think so. You know, cans of Coke, yeah, processed sugars. That's what we can't handle. Maple syrup's all right as well. It's a natural, I guess it must be plant-based. I really don't know how they make maple syrup, but it's vegan and it's healthy sugar. It's a healthy sugar like agave and like stevia leaf extract. They're all healthy. Well, that's a leaf, isn't it? Corn syrup. I wonder why corn syrup isn't though. Even processed cane sugar is not good for you because it's got a load of rubbish in it. Jill, they told us at church that Super Bowl Sunday is the highest food consumption in the oh my goodness me, second only to Thanksgiving. Billions on pizza and wings, and PH meatloafers is 450 calories a slice. I know, I looked at one of the things that I kind of wanted to have in Denny's when I was in Vegas last, and it was something like 2,890 calories. It's just like, I was like, oh, not having that then. And then I started looking at the calories, all the stuff in there, and I was just like, I don't really want to eat anything now. It's just like, oh my God, this is like a whole, like 2 days worth of calorie intake in one snack. And I was like, right, I'm not having the milkshake. I don't want the fruit thing. I had a Caesar salad with the dressing on the side and didn't have the dressing. Didn't have the croutons. Oh, dearie me. Yeah, I was in a state of panic there. Goodness me. That's yeah, see? Basically, if you eat a plant-based whole food diet, it kind of just sorts you out. It's like putting the right petrol in your petrol engine, or the right diesel in your diesel engine, or the right aviation fuel in your jet. You know? You can't put tractor oil in a jet plane. I don't know what would happen. You know? Might take off. Will it land? I don't know. With tractor oil in it, you know? Like putting cooking oil in a jumbo jet. It's just like, yeah, they all do things for us because we're supposed to eat them. And this is why you amazing ladies have lost so much weight, because you did have extra weight that in an ideal world you didn't need. And because you started eating healthily, you're not dieting, are you? You're not sitting there with a lettuce leaf and half an apple going, God, I'm starving. When can I eat? You're not doing that, are you? Nobody's doing that. Some of you are fasting, doing fasting, you know, but you're not starving yourself, are you? You're not just like torturing yourself with a salad. Oh, at 3 o'clock I'm allowed half a banana. You know, nobody's doing that rubbish. That's the world of the diet industry. You're just eating, aren't you? And look how much weight you've lost. That's because your body is getting healthy. This is why if you eat the right food, they are anti-inflammatory. All your bloating's going to go. All your digestive issues, IBS and, you know, leaky gut syndrome. Even when your diet is so clean. I was a little bit sad to hear this. But when your diet is so clean and you're just eating like raw fruits and veg, for example, I don't know whether I'm going to do that. I would like to think that one day I'll be in the echelons of healthy eating, and I will have grown some wings and will be soaring around the world in some like health crazed fashion, of course doing yoga. You know, I don't know when that will happen, if that will happen, but when your eating is that clean and you're not putting any junk in your body at all, you don't need a probiotic because the fruits and vegetables do it. And I'm like, no, but I love my probiotic. You know, it saved my life. It literally got rid of all my menopause symptoms. It just made me feel amazing because my gut was working so well. And this is before I was a vegan, but it was after I'd lost probably, 28 pounds in weight. So it wasn't the loss of weight that gave me the energy, it was introducing a probiotic. And I'm very loyal. When I find something that is absolutely the business and it works, I just want to shout from the rooftops and recommend it to people when I think something's really, 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 really good. And I would hate to think that I wouldn't be using it because I'm so grateful for that product. But you know, the likelihood is I won't even need a probiotic because my gut will be working all by itself because I'm eating well. So hang on a second. Yes, busy bowl, super bowl. Any suggestions to save money on fruits and veg from local farmers markets? Often much. Yeah, well done. Absolutely. Frozen fruits and vegetables are brilliant. They freeze them in the field. I know that. My goddaughter's parents are farmers, and I've watched them pea vining. Those peas, those little suckers, are frozen within 45 minutes of leaving the field, leaving the plant. 45 minutes, and so it's got all its, not all of its nutrients. Obviously, if you were to eat it the second it came out of the ground, it would have more flavour and more nutrients. But you know, it's really good. So frozen fruits and veg are brilliant. Frozen is absolutely fine. And if you get like a shed load of cherries from the market because he hasn't sold them all, individually freeze them and then put them in your freezer, and then you can throw them in smoothies and all sorts of stuff. Frozen bananas are great. You can make ice cream with those. Type 1 insulin dependent diabetics cannot eat all the fruit they want. I was type 2, depends on how well you're controlled in fruit you are. Okay, yeah, on the diabetic, I don't know much about that. So maybe, I don't really understand diabetes despite the fact that that Dr. Gilmore has explained the difference between type 1 and type 2 and all of this. I just like, it kind of washes over me, all the medical terms and everything. So I kind of don't really get it. I just know that if they eat too much sugar, it's not a good thing. So maybe they can't eat as much fruit. But I did say if you're a diabetic, then I'm just going from like your sugar kind of crash and your sugar spike, you know, when your blood spikes, and then you're just like, I don't know, I just want a packet of beer, I just want biscuits. And all you think is biscuits, and you get off in your car and you drive to the shop and you get the biscuits and you've eaten half of them before you got home, but you've also picked up 10 bars of chocolate and a whole load of nonsense in the process. Oh, I've had biscuits now, I may as well eat all this chocolate as well. That was my old world. I can't mention the fridge or the freezer that are in fact the same thing, because Winkleton might be watching. Yes, we got messed around a little bit. So that's all I will say on that. It is a long time though. It's really annoyed me because it's knocked me off my health thing completely. Guess what? That's me making a giant big excuse. I could have cooked some more healthy dinners, but I couldn't have kept any of the leftovers, so it would be wasteful. I couldn't freeze any of them either, so I couldn't batch cook. And also I can't buy some ingredients because they just go off. The pig's got the cucumber that froze defrosted, refroze, and was like jelly. They really liked it. It smelt good, but didn't think I was going to eat that. Love smoothies. I don't have a blender though. Yeah, you kind of do need a blender for smoothies, or even just a little hand stick whizzer thing. You know, even those. You don't need to have a great big Ninja like I've got, my lovely Ninja. You don't have to have that. I bought that solely to make nice cream. That's why I bought that. And I'm going to do some recipes for nice cream. I've got some really good recipes. This is like equivalent of ice cream. So you can sit on the sofa watching a movie with a giant tub of what tastes like ice cream and is just, I literally, I don't think there's any limit to the amount of ice cream I could eat. I never got full or went, oh, I've had enough of that now. It was always like, oh, it's all gone. Is there another pot? The giant pots, just all, I couldn't just share one of those. Goodness me, you know. Cornbread. I don't know what other ingredients are in cornbread. Cornbread is something I'd never seen or tasted until last time I went to Vegas. We had to ask the waiter what it was because we thought it was cake and we weren't sure what it was. And we went, excuse me, what's that? And he went, cornbread. It's like, oh my gosh, that's the thing we've seen on the TV all these years, people talking about. I don't know how it's made. I don't know what's in it to know whether it's bad or not. But I think, you know, eating a lot of cornbread, you know, it's like eating a lot of potatoes. You know, they're vegan, but there's a lot of starch in there. You're probably going to put on a bit of weight, and maybe it's not the best thing to eat lots of, but it probably doesn't have any gluten in it. So I don't know. What was I talking about before somebody said that about it? Yeah. So instead of eating a giant pot of ice cream, you can eat a giant pot of what is really bananas and some cherries, or bananas and 3 dates, or bananas and whatever fruit floats your boat, or bananas and chocolate. I've got some really nice ice cream recipes that I can't wait to try. But of course I get to need a freezer because I can't freeze the bananas. Well, I could have done if I'd slung them outside in the garden this week because it's frozen solid out there. But so that's wonder. Yeah, Sandy's, you've used the Arbonne one, haven't you? I'm working on normal now. Lovely. I'm on antibiotics right now, eating vegan yogurt. Oh, I'm sorry that you're on antibiotics because that does cause a lot of side issues in itself. Eating vegan yogurt is great. You really need to get a good probiotic in you though, because that will be stripping your gut of all the healthy bacteria that you need to get the nutrients from all the healthy food you're eating. So I would highly recommend that. And even your GP, you know, would recommend that. Probably even, was it you, Beverly? Was it your doctor who rolled his eyes at your, it was, wasn't it? At your tremendous results. Was it him that rolled his eyes? I reckon even he, if it was your doctor, even if it was the rolling your eyes doctor who we all went, just run away from him. I think even he would recommend a probiotic if you're taking antibiotics. It's kind of, you know, that really is common knowledge. So, but a lot, you know, yogurt's good as well. Yogurt culture's good as well. Hey, Snow Babes, how you doing? Hi, Laurie. I can't consume much fruit because I'm only half a banana and not very sugar type 1.5, 1 bit. Okay, Laurie, that is something that I totally can't comment on that. But yeah, absolutely. Pressure cooker, okay. Healthy banana, it was better rated than. Okay, you're talking about pressure cookers. That's excellent. Yeah, I hope it went. I don't know if you've gone or not already, Snow. I think you've gone, but I hope your scan. I went live as you were doing scanning, basically, and I hope that your MRI went okay, sweetheart, on your shoulder. Is cornbread bad? So, does anyone else know what's in cornbread? Snow. Hey, Karen, babes. Karen, how you doing? Oh my gosh, that's awful. How unfortunate. Right, okay. I'm scared to use mine. Is that a pressure cooker? I always used to be scared of the pressure cooker. My mum used to use it. When it just was like it was just... But they have a valve on them, don't they? The valve blows if it goes wrong. That's what's supposed to happen. But yeah, then they invented the microwave and you could cook everything even quicker. But yeah, you do use your crock pots a lot, your slow cookers, don't you? I've got one. I've used it about 3 times. I kind of can't get it round my head that I'll just put all that raw stuff in and I'll come home from work and it'll all be cooked. And then you've got some oven cooking all day, you know. So I don't know, I just haven't got it round. Oh, Snow, you've gone. Thank you, darling. 30, yeah, she'll have gone by now. Hey, Rita, how you doing, babes? Always been afraid of pressure cookers. Isn't it funny? We're like afraid of inanimate objects. I totally know what you mean, though. Yeah, when they're like, oh, it's like this. You're like this, trying to open the. Oh, someone's gonna go. Oh, it's like that moment, isn't it? Opening a pressure cooker. Crazy. They wouldn't be allowed to sell them if obviously somebody did have a terrible accident with them, and you've already mentioned it. They wouldn't be allowed to sell them if that happened every time you put them on or open and close them. But it is a bit of a scary thing, isn't it? Green pan. Oh right, you're talking about cherries. Blah 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 blah. Cheerio, Patsy babes. Costco has great fresh, frozen, organic veggies, reasonable, and it lasts so much longer than fresh. There you go. Costco, you guys. Costco. We have one of those, but I don't think they sell fresh vegetables. I think they sell, you know, 150 toilet rolls at, you know, half the price of anywhere else. But I don't know where I'm going to put 150 toilet rolls. So I haven't got a Costco card, so I can't go. So we don't have that here. Cornbread, good or bad? Anyone know about cornbread? Because I could Google it right now, but then I can't talk to you. Kathy, I don't know what is in cornbread. I've only literally tasted it once. Yes, Jennifer, hi, sweetheart. We were afraid of microwaves, weren't we? My dad's still not convinced. You know, he's like, I reckon in years to come we'll find out, you know, blah, 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 you know, something that, you know, and there are lots of people that don't like the way it agitates them, changes the molecule. Because things do taste different if you nuke them in a microwave, don't they? They do taste different. Does anyone know cornbread can be made vegan though? Cornbread, has anyone followed up on the cornbread? Eggs, milk, sugar, butter. Right. So kind of something between a cake. Well, I reckon there'll be a lot of sugar in it. Eggs, milk, sugar, butter. I don't think that can be very good for you, really. I think you'd be better baking the bread that Jack made. There's a recipe on my... and some other people have baked the bread and sent me pictures. Looks good. It works for everyone, which is really good. Congo could be made vegan, though. So you'd use nut milk, you'd use coconut sugar, which would be a healthier sugar. Coconut sugar's like Demerara. In fact, I made some vegan flapjacks yesterday, which are in the kitchen, with vegan spread, maple syrup, oatmeal, and coconut sugar. Fruity type and quantities consumed is very important to follow. You probably, with the diabetic thing, Laurie, you probably know which sugars are higher in, which fruits are higher in sugars than others. I think kiwi fruit is really high in sugar, isn't it? I think they can even make a kind of sugar out of kiwis, even though they're really tart. Cornbread can be made vegan. I think if cornbread could be made vegan, then I think it would be a lot healthier than the, you know, the dairy and the animal fat, you know, the whole dairy, fat, butter, kind of, and eggs, you know. Plant-based whole food is not, you know. Sadly, I don't think any cakey thing is that healthy. Yummy ice cream. Vegan baked goods are good. Vegan baked goods are a good thing. Yeah, but I think, you know, A lot of the vegan cakes, you know, Victoria sponge cake. I don't know if you have that, but it's named after, because it was first made for Queen Victoria. Anyway, it is a light sponge and it has dairy cream, and typically it should have raspberry jam in it, which I think you call jelly or jello. Like a conserve, you know, the fruit that you spread on thing. Anyway, I think it's jam. I think we're there. And it's a really lovely combination of the raspberry jam and the cream and the beautiful cake, and they sprinkle icing sugar on the top of it. And you can get vegan Victoria sponge, and do you know what? It tastes gorgeous. But when you look at the ingredients on the back of the pack, it's just full of rubbish. You know, it's just like, I don't know, a heart attack waiting to happen. It's just so full of sugar. There's loads of grease it leaves a kind of greasy residue, and it's just like, it's just so oversweet. It's so sweet. So sometimes you want a cake. Yeah, that's great. And if you're going to have a birthday cake and you're going to have a bit of cake, have a bit of vegan cake. But if you were to just go, oh, this is vegan, I'm just going to eat I'm always going to have one of those Victoria sponge vegan cakes in the tin, and I'm going to trot along to the shop and make sure that I've always got one. That's not healthy. That's not your healthy vegan at all. Or plant, it's not a healthy plant-based, and it's not whole food either, is it? You see, it's way, way away from whole food. But if you want to make your own cake, you can make that with the most amazing healthy ingredients, and there are a shed load of recipes for making, basically, whatever it is you like. Put recipe for vegan lasagna, recipe for vegan chili, recipe for vegan ice cream, recipe for vegan key lime pie. Whatever it is that you love, there is a recipe. Okay, now you might have to buy some expensive ingredients that you don't have, in which case whenever I look at them I go, well, I'm not making that then. You know, but now because I'm making recipes for you, I've actually gone out and I've bought some of these things, but I have been a vegan for nearly a year, so I have got quite a lot of tubs of potions and, you know, things that I've got, like xanthium gum. Haven't a clue what that does. Don't know where the recipe is that said I needed that, but I bought some, you know. So anyway, never mind. Probiotics help with ulcers, stomach ulcers. Well, probiotics, I don't know whether that particularly would help with ulcers, but that is in your digestive system, isn't it? So this probiotics work on your gut, and your gut repairs your skin and your tissues in your body. So I don't think it can do any harm. That is my brain just working it out, Violet. But I'm not a doctor, as you know. I don't think it could do any harm whatsoever. Ulcers are probably caused by stress, unless you're eating a shed load of chilies. Some people get some burning because they overeat very hot chilies. Never happened to me. Should I do a video for us on my Instant Pot? That would be great. Yes, you should definitely do some videos. Right. Of course, sometimes I look up and I see the comments come in. It could only help, not hurt. Yeah, I agree with you there, Chrissy. Go for the probiotic. Sweetheart, that's what I would say. Sorry, I'm looking down a lot. See, the Costco head office is here in Watford and they do everything. Really? Right, we need to get together this week, Madge, because we didn't get together last week because I was ill. I didn't want you to pass that on, well, to you or to your mum that you helped so much. So we should get together next week, I think. That would be a good idea. I'll have a look at Midreary and let's hook up. I found some more lovelies in the street who live down the road. In fact, they own the shop I bought this in, and they're my lovelies. We didn't realise, so I'm going to go and take some pictures with them. Right, Costco. I don't even know how allowed to get a Costco card? I always thought you had to be a business, or you had to have a wholesale business, and you had to, you know, like my village shop would be able to get a Costco card, but I wouldn't be able to. I don't know. See, misconceptions holding you back with your life. Lynn, I've tried the Ben & Jerry's vegan ice cream. It's the best, hands down, the brand that gets the closest to the original taste. Super yummy. I haven't found that yet, Chrissy. I will try it at some point, but every time I go and look for vegan ice creams, I just go, yeah, but an ice cream is so delicious, why would I want to buy that? And then I walk away. But you do need to freeze some bananas to make that with. The core ingredient is frozen bananas. So you need frozen bananas first. Yay, Becky. Hello, Becky, sweetheart. Bonnie Nee, all right, you've got one. Shovey, yes, have a cook-off. Excellent. I've seen it. Chrissy, let me see if there are any more questions. Most maple sugar in the US is made in New York State. Many VT brands made in New York. VT, what does VT brands mean? Vegan. If it's got a V, I just like, I just hear the word vegan when I see V's now. Milk. Core. Yes, cool, we have maple syrup and some other place. Blah, blah, blah. Right, you're talking about hospice homes. That's great. Get together on that. Vegan bakery business. Fantastic. Google, like Sue said. Oops, I've just kicked the thing. Right, let's see. Yay! More snow. See, you didn't get that snow, did you? And you were like, no, it's warm here. We haven't got any snow here. No, definitely no snow here. All ours is drying up and you've got snow now. Enjoy it, babes. It's so beautiful. Okay. So I'm reckoning xanthium gum makes things stretchy. So maybe it helps make bread. Maybe it helps setting or something like that. Maybe it helps. Interesting. Oh, I need to find. You can't really Google up, what can I make with xanthium gum or xanthium gum recipes, because it's an ingredient, isn't it? It's like you wouldn't put baking soda recipes. It's just like I'm going to have to bump into a recipe, I think, for that. Madge, so it'll be third time lucky for this meetup, but I can't do anything for 2 weeks at least. Yes, you need to be a business or self-employed, like, right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's, I enjoy working for myself. I have done for, actually, ever since Finian has been alive. Because I was a landscape gardener and a painter and decorator. I used to clean, I was a cleaner. I used to clean people's houses. And then I started my business, but I'll always be my own boss. I love it. I just love it. You don't eat chilies. Violet doesn't eat chilies. No, you don't. So maybe it's stress related, sweetheart, Violet. But yeah, I don't think it can hurt. Beverly, okay, everyone, loved you all. Time to put the Super Bowl on. No, I'm not eating. I'm fasting today. Good girl, Beverly. Lots of love to you, sweetheart. I will talk to Dr. Gilmore about changing the time on at least one of our sessions, because I think loads of people are finding it really hard to get on live, and you're missing the support during fasting days. Do you miss the support on your fasting days? Are you still fasting on Mondays and Thursdays? Let me know, because maybe we could change the Wednesday to, I don't know, maybe we could change one of them, and you know, maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a weekday doesn't suit a lot of people. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, and we'll see, because we, you know, maybe we need to have them at 2 different times. So, you know, you can all get on live at some point, because I know you love the live shows. So I reckon you're all going to rush off for the Super Bowl now. Madge, Sue, if you're registered self-employed, yes! I can have a Costco card. Excellent. I'm really excited now. Sometimes you just have to ask the question rather than assume things for like years. Yep, I'm my own business. Excellent. 64 degrees. Is that cold? That sounds warm to me, 64 degrees. Hi again. Hey, Kira babes. Right, have any of you got any more questions for me? Because it is almost 2 hours now. I cannot believe it. I've been talking non-stop for 2 hours. Actually, it's easily done when you're me. Yes, I do miss the support, but I wasn't around for a tad. That's all right, Sherry. No Super Bowl for me. No, do you know what? I wouldn't be watching it either, nor would Wink. The only thing that Wink watches is the MotoGP. Jill, you can share a card. My friend is on Costco card. Doesn't have to be a relative. Oh, cool. Yes, Costco is headquartered in a place I can't pronounce in Washington. Excellent. Chrissy, isn't there cashew? Yes, we'll do. Okay, time to go. Cool, sweetheart, bye. Thank you very much. And do you know what? I'm gonna let go now. So you can, if I've cut this off before you had a chance to type your comment about, this is for you. We're doing this for you, okay? So it's great if you're around and you're there to ask some questions. But it's been absolutely amazing. There's 21 of you, absolute supersonic lovely. So maybe the later time on a Sunday was better, just kicking off an hour later. Did I say kicking off? Might have reminded you about the Super Bowl. Bye, Laurie. Bye, Debs. Bye, everyone. I'm going to just let you go now. Lots and lots and lots and lots of love to you. And I will see you with the fabulous Dr. G on Wednesday at 8 o'clock UK time and 2 o'clock, nearly got it wrong, Texas time. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you next week. And we did a video for you, Wink and I, so there'll be some more videos up on this channel of our journey today. So just have a fabulous week. Stick with what you're doing. If you're not fully in yet, try having a fully in day this week. Try doing one fully in day, like no cheese, no meat, no dairy, no eggs, nothing. You know, no like rubbish, like whole food. Just try doing one day. Just one day, you know? So if you're still eating line caught salmon, then have a day when you don't have that. You know, just try it, you know, just try it. That's all I'm saying. You know, because it ain't as hard as you think. Not one person, when I asked the question, was it hard? You know, was it as hard as you thought it was? Nobody really answered that question. So, somebody said, no, it wasn't, which I think was the answer to that question. So nobody went, oh, no, it was a nightmare. It isn't a nightmare. So get in there, be all in for yourself, for your health and for your life and for everyone you love, including yourself. Okay, cheerio. I hope the game's good.